Alright, so you asked me to clarify a little bit, I guess, what we wanted to do with this enemy next. The difference that I wanted, and I said in one of my earlier videos, was I wanted this guy to, in fact, have the lightning effects that the one enemy had. Whoops, I'm not. The one enemy had that I just love so much. Our amazing guy here. Because I wanted, as the game progressed, I wanted to give the player a couple different looks as far as, the enemy bullets goes. And I know that kind of contradicts what I said in the beginning of development, where I said I wanted to keep all the bullets really, really similar. I mean, I feel like I think one of the bosses in like level 3 is going to use lightning attacks, which is going to introduce the player to this new kind of version of attack, just to kind of ease them in so that they know what they're getting themselves into, and they know that it's actually an enemy attack. And we'll make it nice and bright on the screen so they know it's menacing and they know it's going to kill them if it hits them. So this would be another enemy that I would want to have the lightning effect the same as you did with this guy. So its flying animation just has that light blinking like lightning, like it's almost kind of charging, or it's just kind of idling, like a taser that's just kind of like zapping back and forth and not really, the button's not held down. So that can go like all in here. You can have like all that lightning kind of just kind of just going like this, just like you did with the other one with the idle. And then its blast, can be just exactly like this guy's too, the shooting animation, where I love how you did excuse me, everything in here with the big circle radius and all the little lightning like trickles coming off of it, and the lighting effects are just so awesome. I mean, I know that they probably take you forever to do. And that's another reason why I wanted to give you some extra money before. So then this guy will have that big laser lightning blast here. So that being said, as far as like manipulating the body of this enemy, so it's going to have two things. It's going to have flying, it's going to have shoot. The flying one's going to have a slow little lightning trickle, and then with the lighting effects on it, the little blink, and then it's going to have that big blast, that big cannon blast, which is going to be, I mean, I'd like to see that lightning kind of coming even like all the way out to here, because we are, with the shoot, I want it to be like real big, because this one is going to have a different attack. I am going to get you to do another version in the next work order. I want another version of this guy, a lightning version of this, and he'll shoot that, which is what those enemies are currently already shooting. They're already shooting that laser, that cannon, and this one will be a lightning cannon. So that being said, as far as like the body and manipulating the body of this to make it look quote unquote like elite, just like, we can do pretty much anything that you've already been doing. You've been doing such a good job. I mean, I feel like my designs are always kind of crappy and yours are always kind of really nice. Whatever you do is always really, so just something to kind of beef it up on the sides. We've had this theme with these, horns and stuff. We can do that. I mean, I was actually toying around with the idea of having this guy have like another little mini laser blaster over here that I can maybe create like a small homing bullet out of, or like a small version of the lightning. I'm not completely against that. I mean, that would be, I don't want it to, the problem is that we start doing this and it's going to start really looking like the helicopter unit. I mean, this whole enemy was basically a stripped down version of the helicopters. I feel if we add a blaster here, it's gonna look like a lot too much like the helicopter. So maybe we nix that. If you can find a way to incorporate that in, I'd be fine with it. But maybe more so we just use these, the angles here to really kind of sleek this up. I love these cannon blasters in the back. I definitely don't want to lose them, so we need to just find a way to accentuate them. Maybe make them triangular here, make them nice and sleek. And then something different with the helicopter blade. You've been doing an amazing job of making the new helicopter blades slightly different in some way, shape, or form. You know, just give it a different look, however you want to do it. Maybe just more of a sleek design up. I mean, this thing already has like a little bit of a spade look. Maybe it's just a completely real slender. This one's already very slender, but maybe just very, very slender and completely straight. It doesn't even do anything fancy at all. You know, I'll leave that one up to you. And then, you know, I mean, different textures in here. I mean, the big thing with this one to make it different is the lightning blast. And then if we can just beef up the sides like we've been doing. Now, when I put these like little triangles on here, what I really like to use as a reference is this, guys. What you did here with these amazing like horns almost. I kind of like would envision something like that. This one's got a lot of different, like it's got small ones here and then it goes into these really big ones. I love that. But I mean, maybe for this enemy we kind of take this design. Like I love all these intricacies of like all this texture and all this stuff. I mean, you've been just doing such an awesome job with this. So maybe we kind of take this guy, since like this is a lightning attack enemy and this is going to be the new enemy is going to be a lightning attack enemy. Maybe we take this guy as far as like a template, as far as textures, body type, you know, like these little horns here. You know, when I say, like, when I do something like that, I mean something kind of like these, you know, so you can take that over to here and maybe put one of them off to this side, and then maybe again have like a bigger one down here, or two of them down here, and then you can see the interior, how you've got these like really cool, like, you know, it's like these digital, it's almost like a digital circuit board, like the way these things all flow. You know, these textures on the inside here, how they all kind of do that. Maybe we do something, some kind of pattern like that. Just, you know, use that guy as a template for this guy as far as the body type, the texture, because they are going to be two of the same lightning enemies. And then, I don't know if this is the last guy or not. I think he might be. I'm not sure. You have to look at that video again. I think this might be the last one, which is awesome. At that point, we can take a nice little break if you wanted to, man. If you wanted to take like a week off or something, that's cool with me. That gives me plenty of time to start putting some of the levels. I've been actually forming some of the levels a little bit tighter. I haven't uploaded anything new yet, but when, you know, if you wanted to take like a little break before we get into the next work order, that would be fine. You know. Yeah, actually, let me see if this is the last enemy. Definitely don't want to save these. Yeah, so as it went like these, we got the helicopters in. We've got, you're working on the spin flames now with the blades. We got the elite version of that. We got the elite version of these. Yeah, I think that would be the last one, and then it'd be time to get on to the bosses. Although maybe before we do bosses, I would like that work order with the new lightning ball blast, and I'll make a video of all this stuff. The new lightning attacks, the lightning ball, the lightning cannon blast, and then I am going to ask for like another version of this homing missile, just like a larger, slightly different one that's a little bit like more of just an elite version of this homing orb, and then maybe another version of the enemy bullet. Remember you had done one before, and I'll make a video of all this stuff, so I guess I don't even want to get ahead of myself. So, but yeah, I mean, it would be finishing up this last guy, and then if you wanted to take like a nice little break, we can most certainly do that. If you're gung-ho and you want to go right into the next work order, that's completely fine with me too. We can go right into it. You know, so then it would be like these attacks, and then bosses, and then at that point, we're like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as far as all this artwork goes. I mean, at that point we can take a look at, like, remember you said you wanted to redo the coin, which I totally would love, because I don't really like this coin at all. I hate it more and more every single time I play the game. You know, and I need like a HUD. I need like a HUD display, you know, where I can put my little special bar, and I have a plan for my HUD, and maybe a couple of buttons. You know, there's a lot of like little stuff. Alright, man, later on.